Oh, man. This is not an inviting place. There's an iron ladder on the wall. I ought to be somewhere under the car park or thereabouts. There's a metal cover at the top of the ladder. It's not gonna move an inch. Hey, there's a metal bar on the wall. I'm taking it with me. You just never know. What was that? It stinks especially bad in this section. Now I'm in the same section of the tunnel I've just been in. I've already just been here. I think I've gone round in a circle. Ah! I hate rats. No way I'm putting my hand in there. Huh. A piece of timber about 50 centimeters long. I don't exactly know what all these grates are for. Maybe they're here to stop all the big pieces of floats in. Or they're here to stop folks breaking into houses from the drains. I don't exactly know what all these... A sturdy piece of 10 by 10 centimeters, about 50 centimeters long. The metal bar's a good meter long. Oh, it's rusted away at the tip. The rest of it, though, looks relatively solid. Seems to be holding. A real dream. Angelina will be able to tell from 100 yards off that I'm coming to her rescue. If Angelina is here, then she's definitely got to be on this side of the grate. A pipe which goes off downwards at an angle and hangs here. That's a piece of fabric. Could be from a blouse. And it doesn't look like it's been hanging all that long. I hope it's not Angelina's. But whose else could it be? The pipe leads steeply downwards. I can't see where it ends. It's big enough to climb into. Now, is she down there? Angelina! Angelina! Nothing. I'm pretty sure that that's from Angelina's blouse. Here's some blood. Oh, hell. I just hope that the pipe doesn't get any narrower down there, and that I can't find a way back outside. damn slippery, as though somebody had greased the pipe with... Ah! Ah! Oh! Damn. As if someone has put oil all over the pipe. Oh, the stupid soul key is cracked. I can't even see my hand in front of my face. I've still got the camera. The flash might help. That's the pipe that I slid down. I can feel a slippery substance on the floor. No way. I've got no grip and I can't pull myself up. What's that? Something soft. A cloth. I've got it. That's the soul key. Or what's left of it. It shattered into lots of little pieces. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do with that. That's... It feels like rough fabric. But much heavier. And it's very long. A hose. Must be a hose. That's definitely no longer the sewer. But what's that here? There's something like a metal door here. Some kind of handle, but the door won't open. Damn, it won't work. I can't get the door open like that. I need some proper light. A metal thing. A bucket. There's something slimy in it. Oil. Stale, old oil. There's a little bit of oil in the bucket. There's something very cold lying here. Metal. A pole or a tube. It really is a tube. About 50 centimeters long and quite heavy. A metal tube. About 50 centimeters long and real heavy. An old cleaning cloth. Completely dried out. I'll wrap the rag around the bar and wedge it in a bit in the opening. Yeah, that ought to hold it. A metal tube with a rag in one end of it. Another one of my great inventions. I'll dip my homemade torch in the oil. So, it's drenched in oil. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that was one superb torch. I'll stick it here in the wall. I don't really want hot oil running over my fingers. Here we go. My last match. Very good. kinda oversized tap. There's a connector for a hose on it. Huh. It seems to be normal water. Two huge water tanks. There really is oil on the floor of the pipe. Presumably the same as in the bucket. I'm not gonna get up this slippery pipe like this. I don't want to go up there before I found Angelina anyway. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do with that. I don't need a bucket. A few loose wires are hanging out of the box. Looks as though they've been pulled out on purpose. I'll stick them in again. A kind of switchboard with a handful of switches and fuses. A kind of switchboard. No wonder I couldn't open the door in the dark. It's been blocked with a pole. And it's a sliding door. The metal rails on the wall and floor give that away. That would suggest that I'm in some kind of a bunker. They're usually sliding doors in bunkers because you can still open them after an explosion. Of course, the door won't open with that there. I'll take it out of the way. Huh. The door isn't that easy to open. Perhaps I can open the door with that. So let's see. Oh, there's even a light switch. This one here must be the switch for the door. The label makes it somewhat easier. You see? It works. A big, dark room and bars. I can hardly make anything out.
We've been expecting you, Darren.
What is this? Who are you?
One day, you will be our guest.
What are you gonna do? What have you done with Angelina? No. No!
I'm going now. By the way, escape is impossible. This is an old Second World War bunker. There are meter-thick concrete walls, steel, and rock between you and freedom. We'll come for you in a few days, Darren. I wish you a pleasant stay.
Damn it! What do you want from me? Why did you have to use Angelina as bait? Why her? I'm gonna find you. Ugh.
Locked. A huge padlock. Quite old with a large keyhole. It's still very strong, even though it's old. I won't be able to break it open. I could use a welding torch right now. Or... Welding powder. It's a mixture of iron oxide and aluminum powder. That stuff burns at almost 2,500 degrees Celsius and can easily melt iron. And iron oxide is in rust. There's enough of that here. It won't budge an inch. Looks like a screwdriver. What's that doing here? Tinned food, various soups, apricots, beans. I don't intend to stay down here long enough to eat all this. A chain that's about 2 meters long. That's one of those things you can light gas with. The metal part is rubbed with a kind of flint and then makes sparks. Looks like ready meals in aluminum trays. That's not the kind you'd get in the supermarket. Looks more like it's a to-go tray. I'll just take one. A camping stove. Presumably I'm supposed to heat up my food with it. I'll leave it there. If I need to warm something up or ignite something, then I can do it here. A cheap camping table with a chair. I guess this is supposed to be the comfortable corner of my jail? There's plastic cutlery on the table. You can't do anything with it, not even eat properly. It seems they don't want to let me go thirsty. That's about 10 liters. If you need around 2 liters a day, that means they want to keep me waiting here. The iron bars are covered in rust. I still can't move them. An aluminum tray with some kind of ready meal in it. Hopefully not eel pudding or whatever they eat here in this country. That's one of those things you can light gas with. The metal part is rubbed with a kind of flint and then makes sparks. I got a single chain here, about 2 meters long. Seems like it's still in pretty good shape. A common or garden screwdriver. Doesn't even got rust on it yet. Good. I hope I can get enough rust off here. I've collected the powder on the pages of the storybook. Yeah, that should be enough. I've collected the scratched off powder rust on the fairy tale book page. And now I just need the aluminum powder. Right. I'll carefully scrape the aluminum off with the knife. Now this could take a while. Alright, I've mixed the aluminum powder with the powdered rust. It's sure not the greatest welding powder, but it ought to do for the lock. I've blended the powder rust and the aluminum together. For sure it's not the perfect welding powder, but it'll still burn pretty darn hot. I'll leave it there. If I need the... I shouldn't let the flame burn too long. Who knows how long the gas will last. The flame wouldn't be hot enough to ignite the welding powder. Fortunately, I wouldn't want 2,000 degrees Celsius of welding powder in my hands. That's it. The welding powder's in the lock. Bobby's sparklers. A really weird gift for a guest. Good. It's lit. I'll have to hurry up. It's not gonna burn forever. The sparkler's not gonna burn forever. I need to hurry up. It's the only one I've got. Alright then. Real careful now. It's really evil stuff. The wicked thing is, it can burn without oxygen. That means you can't put it out with sand, for example. And if you pour water on it, the water is broken down by the heat, creating oxygen, or hydrogen, or oxyhydrogen, explosive gas. Everything explodes and superheated droplets fly everywhere. There's been some serious accidents. So it's not really something to try at home. But this was an emergency. I'll put the light on first. That was easy. That's, no idea what that is. It says here that it's a rubber dinghy with a built-in compressed air capsule. You pull the ripcord and the dinghy inflates within seconds. Phew. It must have been the cutting edge of technology back then. A hose. Quite thick. The kind that firefighters use. I guess it's been lying around here for years. It probably won't last much longer. An old box. Let's see. Magnesium flares. I'll take them. Magnesium flares light up very brightly and can also burn underwater. Divers use them when they're way down deep, where normal lamps won't work. A water hose. maybe 10 meters long. The inflatable dinghy expands with its own built-in compressed air cartridge. It's a real compact package while it's uninflated, but it's only designed for 2 men. Unbelievable the amount of stuff I can get in my pants pocket. At this price, the quality's gotta be there. The metal door closed behind me when the guy pulled one of these levers. That's one of the 3 levers. Let's see. Huh. Nothing's happening. But it must be possible to open the door with this lever. I'll keep trying. Aha! I don't see any reason to close the door. I'll leave it open so there's a way for me to get back. I know I'm gonna regret this. Oh my god. Angelina's pursuer, Reginald Boris. He's been stabbed to death. Perhaps I'll find some clues to what happened to Angelina.
Don't let it happen. You have to stop the evil.
God damn it! This can't be for real. This can't be for real. What the hell is that in his breast pocket? Oh, gee, looting a corpse. Just what I needed. But if it helps Angelina... Okay, I've just gotta do it. Sounds like a poem. But this is just half of it. The paper's torn. Days be done, Gordon's son, hanging long and grow, the light end in sight. I have no idea what that means, but I'll take the paper. And there's something else. Insulation tape. Ah, that's it. Luckily, there's nothing else here. I've searched Boris's corpse thoroughly. There's nothing else I might need. I've seen enough already. The metal locker must be about 50 years old, like most things here. I'm surprised that everything is kept so well. The thick walls probably keep things preserved. There's a box. These are cables with igniters, presumably for dynamite. I'll take one of the cables with me. I don't need any more cable at the moment. What have we got here? Whoa, a stick of dynamite. Does 50-year-old dynamite still work? Or does it work too well and explode in my hands? Okay. Alright then. I'll leave the other stick here for now. I don't want to push my luck. The cylinder of compressed air would have been refilled using this compressor. It's seen better days, but it's not fit for the junkyard just yet. The cylinder of compressed... The people who were living in this bunker seem to have left half of the things behind. There are bottles, boards, crates, pipe fittings, cardboard boxes, all kinds of things. Boards, a broken lamp, and an old-fashioned detonating device. It's for detonating explosives, like the ones they used to use in quarries and mines. You turn the crank handle to build up an electric charge. When you press the button, it fires an igniter cap at the end of the wire. The door is bolted from outside. It's a huge armored door. I can't break something like this open. I'll have to look for another way. The crate looks pretty rickety. Won't be long before it falls apart. Can't see nothing of interest. A pressure hatch like the ones you see in submarine movies. Looks old, but isn't rusty yet. Let's see... There's not much to see. Oh, it smells like stagnant water and rust. This could be some kind of water storage or tank or something. There's a pair of gloves and a wrench. I'll take them both with me. What a disgusting brew. A hatch. It leads back downwards, but that could be my way to freedom. It's not moving. The hatch is very rusty, probably because of the water down here. The wall here seems to have been repaired, for whatever reason. A concrete girder. It's almost directly above the hatch. Hopefully the floor up there doesn't cave in when I walk on it, but I think it'll support me even without the girder. These pieces broke off the concrete girder. The wrench was lying under the gloves. You can't read the size on the grip. It's too rusted. These gloves have seen better days. They look a bit well used. Got a few holes in them. I don't know whether the dynamite is still gonna work. Well, it's not blown me into 1,000 pieces yet, so I guess that's something. There's an igniter cap fastened to the end of the cable. I reckon the cable's a good 10 meters long. A roll of insulating tape. Self-adhesive. You know, sometimes the only thing that helps is brute force. All right. I've taped the stick of dynamite on the hatch. If I'm lucky, I can blow a hole in the hatch with it. Okay. Very carefully. As soon as electricity flows through the wire, the igniter caps fire, exploding the stick of dynamite. Hopefully that's enough to blast the hatch open. All right. I'll wrap the ends of the two wires around the contacts. The wire's connected to the stick of dynamite in the detonator. Everything's ready for the explosion. You know what? I've always wanted to do this. Damn! There's hardly a scratch on it. It's ripped the handle clean off, but most of the energy from the explosion has just dissipated. The power of the explosion has just dissipated like a little firecracker you light in your hand. I'll have to find another way to open the hatch. If the girder fell down, it would hit the hatch, and one beam, more or less, shouldn't affect its stability. At least I hope it doesn't. Another fuse cable. Hopefully the second stick is as sound as the first one. The first explosion has hardly scratched the hatch. A second one's not gonna do much more. I hope that works. Okay. Very carefully. The dynamite should blast the concrete girder from the ceiling once and for all. I'll wrap the end of the two wires around the contacts again. Then let's try again. This time it has to work. Sure enough, it's penetrated the hatch. There's some kind of pipe down there. It leads downwards. It would be big enough for me, but I can't see where it leads. And I can't squeeze past the piece of concrete. I can't move it, it's too heavy. There are metal loops on the rubber dinghy. I'll hook the chain onto it. I've hooked the chain through one of the metal loops on the boat. The boat is attached to the chain, which is wrapped around the piece of concrete. That might work. And up it goes. The boat has lifted the girder a little bit. Now there's enough space for me to get past it. As long as the beam stays up there, then I'm happy. Damn. Up there's the way out. But there's no ladder here. I'm guessing that the room up there is the one behind the steel door, but I can't get at the grate. Somehow I gotta get up there. Perhaps I could flood this pipe and swim up? The concrete beam has broken off a piece of the wall here, and a few wires are sticking out. I think they're alive. I'd better not touch them. An electric shock here could mean death. These gloves have seen better days. They look a bit well used. Got a few holes in them. I'll wrap the gloves with insulating tape. I've stuck the insulating tape around the gloves. That ought to stop me getting a shock when I fiddle around with the power cable. It'd be best to bend the electric wires out of the pipe and into the tank room. Oh, get out of here. All right, that's that. That was the last stick of dynamite. I don't need any more cable at the moment. The cylinder of compressed air. I wonder why there's a jail in this bunker. Who'd they want to lock up here? No, I don't want to flood everything. A fire hose with metal connectors at both ends. Not exactly light. The metal connectors at both ends are heavy enough on their own. A water hose, about 15 meters long, I guess. A water hose, maybe 10 meters long. That wouldn't get me anywhere. The hose would only just reach beyond the cell. What am I gonna achieve with that? I've joined the two short hoses into a long one. I've connected the two hoses together, but too much pressure and you can bet they won't hold out. The section of the hose from out of the water doesn't look too good anymore. I'm gonna have to do up the clips by hand. The connector fits. The hose is connected to the water outlet. It is just long enough. Alright then, let's flood the pipe. That should be enough. Those are nuts. They're keeping the grate in place. It's working. Keep going, keep going. Just one more. Oh, that's it. Just in time. I almost drowned just now, and I want that to stay as an almost. The bunker room's on the other side. Maybe the door can be opened from this side? Iron chain, quite solid and around 5 meters long. Brilliant. I almost killed myself getting through the first door, and the next one's waiting a few feet on. Wouldn't expect anything else. It ain't doing the slightest thing. This room looks less like a bunker than the other one. More a combination of a bunker and a mine. Perhaps the builder of this bunker used a remote part of an old mine? The rock face gives extra protection, and less earth would have to be moved. There's a crevice, a crack in the stone, about half a meter high. I can't really make out much, but the crevice seems to go up diagonally. The door is closed and at least as solid as the first one. I can't see any way of opening it. Perhaps there's some kind of control room where you can open it. Who knows? Pile of stones. Most of the stones must weigh at least 30 or 40 kilos. An old wagon, like what used to be used in mines. It appears to have been built to transport heavy loads. It looks very solid and heavy. Huh. One of the wheels is missing. Perhaps that's why it was out of service. I can't move the wagon as long as it's missing a wheel. They look really heavy. I bet it opens the door to the main room. The compressor's flywheel is about the size of the wagon's wheels, and it's fastened with 4 nuts. Got it. The flywheel from the old compressor. Heavy, solid, and something like the same size as the wheels on the wagon. The chain's a little rusty, but it still ought to hold a few tons. It would really be a coincidence if that fits, but I guess I need some luck sometimes too. Really fit. It's a little smaller than the other wheels, but it's just as solid. Let's see. It works. Damn it, that's it. The planks aren't quite as robust as I thought. One of the planks is broken. Fortunately, the others are thicker and have lasted. There's a shaft down there. I can't see the floor. I can just see darkness after a meter or so. I'll move the planks to the wall over there. Still not much to see. The light only reaches a few feet down. Planks are of various thickness, and some are much more worn than others. Perhaps they're made out of different kinds of wood. I'll take one of the thick, solid ones. I'll leave the rest where it is. The chain under the coupling. It's directly attached to the frame and should be able to hold plenty. Now I have to secure the other end of the chain somewhere. I'll just put the chain around 2 of the bars. If they're ripped out, I'll have enough space to climb into the crevice. That's it. The bars and the wagon are joined with the chain. I've put one end of the chain over the bars of the grate. Okay, I've chained the wagon to the grate. If I were to push it into the abyss now, it might rip the bars of the grate out of the concrete. But maybe not, and I've only got one try. I should make sure by increasing the weight of the wagon. The stones are adding real weight, and I can barely manage to get them into the wagon. The wagon full of stones must weigh a good half a ton. wagon is right at the edge of the shaft, and it's full of 100-weight stones. I can't move it an inch. I might be able to move it that short distance with a lever. A sturdy, thick timber plank. Alright then. I just need to make sure to get out of the way quick enough as soon as the wagon falls. I haven't got a clue where the shaft leads. I can't see anything. I can't smell anything. Not the faintest breeze, nothing. I haven't got a clue where the shaft leads. Okay, the 2 bars have been ripped clean out of the concrete. Now there's enough room to climb up through the crevice. Let's hope that the crevice leads to freedom. Damn it! I crawl out of the trap and land in the Order's assembly room? Oh, this can't be for real. Fortunately, it looks like there's no one here. Again. Why do I continuously find myself standing in front of locked doors? Ugh! Oh, hell. That's another way of doing it. Is this some kind of assembly room? A club room for the local necromancy and black magic society. Okay. As soon as I found Angelina, I'm out of here. There's several folded cloaks lying in front of the chest. 5 or 6 of them. Does that mean this conspiracy is only made up of a handful of people? No clues. Nothing that might help me. There's a fire burning in the dish. That means that someone was here not so long ago. Hopefully they won't be coming back as long as I'm here. down now. Angelina's still missing. Perhaps she's been used as bait in order to lure me here. But why? Where's she now? Perhaps I should talk to Miss Valley again. She knows more than she lets on. The question is, what's with the Order? I mean, who belongs to it? What do they want from me?